Okay, so we have this array, okay, and as I mentioned to you in the example, we have two string. Okay. So the meaning two string means we want to see the result of the array in a string. So let's see the example arrays to string. So I have an array E, and then it has the value 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. Now I have a formula, the E in index 1. What is index 1? This is index 0. This is index 1. And yeah, this index 1 will be replaced with index 3 plus index 4. What is index 3? This is index 0, 1, 2, 3. Then 6 plus index 4. 6 plus 8. Then the result will be 14. Okay. Then this index 1 will be 14. So if I print this one, you can get 14 in index 1, because we are replacing the index 1 with 3 and 4. We replace with the value in index 3, which is 6, and the value in index 4, which is 8. And I'm going to make the array as a string. So I use arrays to string. And I'm importing these values. So I'm importing the java.util.arrays in order to make the array into a string format. So the string format is like this one. Okay. Don't forget that if you use the arrays to string, you must import java.util.start, or yeah, you can just call arrays for this one. Now let's see another example of arrays. How can we use array in some other application? Padding. So this is one of the application of the array. So we have a problem. We call it a multi-counter problem. This multi-counter problem is to examine a large integer and count the number of occurrences of every digit from 0 to 9. So for example, this one, I have number 229231007. Okay. So it means, sorry, I guess there is 1 3. Okay. So how many 2 that we have? Is 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 of 2. And how many 9 do we have? We have 1, 9. How many 3? We have 1, 3. How many 1? We have 1, 1. How many 0? We have 2. And how many 7? Okay, we have 1. So how can we do with Java for this problem? maybe your idea is, okay, let's make 10 variables. So I will store the counter 0 for counting the number of 0. I can make counter 1 to count the number of 1, counter 2 to count the number of 2, counter 3 to count the number of 3, counter 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This is one way, but okay, yeah, there should be a good way, or there should be an efficient way. A better solution is to use an array. We can make an array with size 10, and then the element at index I, so it is index 0. It means if any number of 0, it will be here. If we have any number of 1, we will count here. If we have number of 2, we will count it here. If we have number of 3, we will count it here. So this integer number, it has 2, 0, 1, 1, 3 of 2, we have 1 of 3, and 0, 0, 0, and 1. There's 1 of 7, and there is 1 of 9. Okay. So using this kind of array, we can make the multi-counter problem. The index at which a value is stored has a meaning. So sometimes it doesn't matter. Maybe like say if I want to make a weather, in the weather is a little bit different with this one. For example, in the weather of in index 0, what is the weather in location 0? Maybe I want to have the location of Seoul, Busan, Daegu. Okay, so you can also do that one, and then you will have like what is the temperature of the weather today, so what is the weather of yesterday, and so on. So that kind of things, it can be also with an array. So it doesn't matter about the number actually. Okay? It is just a coincidence. We can use it for this integer number. So I can make the Java code like this one. If I have a number 229231007, and I have the size is 10, so the number, if the number is still greater than 0, I would like to check the last number. How to check the last number? We can do the remaining modulus. Okay. Every number modulus 10, then it will be extracted by the last digit. So we have 229231007. This one modulo 10. What is the result? This number will get the result 7. So the last digit. And then I will put the digit as the index. So count is a variable as an array, and then the digit means 7, and I want to add in the index 7 plus 1. Okay. I don't know why this one is here. Yes, it is not necessary with the counts. Yeah, I don't know why this one is here. Actually, we don't need this one. Sorry, I missed that one. And after I have the count here, I would like to divide the numbers that we have with 10. So if I have this number, if I divide with 10, then we will remove the last digit. 37 divided by 10. The result is 3. Okay, not 3.7. Why? Because it is integer divided by integer. So please check again your materials in the first part. And we will check again whether the num is still greater than 0. Okay, it is still greater than 0. Then we will do again like this one. And then check what is the digit. And the digit will be added by 1. And then num will be divided by 10. And it will be a repetition until the number is less than 0 or equals to 0. So if we check this one, let me go to example. Okay, let me make another class. Okay, so if I run this, at the end of this array, I need to print. Wait, let me use the arrow. So I need to print the array. So the print the array is using this. Yeah, I will just copy and paste here. Now I need to print the counts. So counts will be until the length, and then let me just change with count. Now let's see. The result will be 2, 1, 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. So this is the same with the result here. 2, 1, 3, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Okay. It means we have 2 of digit 0, we have 1 of digit 1, we have 3 of digit 2, we have 1 of digit 3, and so on. Okay. This is how we can create an array of tallies. Text processing. We can also deal the text processing with arrays. What does it mean by text processing? We want to examine, we want to edit. This is not appear again. Oh. Okay, anyway. So in the text pre-processing, we are going to examine, edit, and formatting the text. And it often involves for loops to examine each letter of a string. In this text processing, it means we want to count the number of times the letters S, for example, occurs in a file, and find which letter is the most common in a file. For example, I want to calculate the DNA. You know DNA? Yeah, we can have the A, C, T, and G, and we can put it as a string. Then we can also do to calculate how many A, how many C, how many T, and how many G. As you might know, strings is a sequence of character. So strings are represented internally as arrays of characters. Let's say I have a string str is the variable name, Ali G dot. Then A, actually it is in the index 0. 1, in the index 1 is the character of L. The index 2 is the character of I. The index 3 is blank or the space. The index 4 is big G. And then in the index 5 is dot. Okay, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the total is 6. Okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? We have 6 elements. Yeah, when we are using the character, because we want to access each of the single character from a string. And yeah, char is a primitive type representing a single character. So the values which surrounded by the apostrophe or single quote, it is the character. And if you want to access the character from the string, okay, so you can use the char add. So let's see the example. Char add example. I have the scanner, so I would like to ask the user to input the value, and then I will do the insert input the value from the keyboard, and then I would like to check char first letter and then the word character at index 0. So I want to know what is the index 0. If the index 0 is C, then let's print this one. Now I can do like this. I can do any input. For example, half. Nothing. Why? Because the character at index 0 is it's not C. That's why there is nothing. Okay. Maybe you can have this one. Else, nothing. Okay. If you print anything, let's say half, then you can get nothing. How about if I clarinet, for example? Okay. Oh, that's good enough for me. So this char add is to see the character at the position index 0. What is index 0? here. Okay. So you can try if you want. What is the word the chart at 1? For example, clarinet. Then the word 1 is L. And you can do with the other kind of character. Index 2, index 3. Then let's say I have the clarinet. Then the index 1 is L. The index 2 is A. The index 3 is R, and so on. Okay. So we need to use the char at to find what is the character in this string. Okay, so please distinguish the string. Okay, so this is the string, and this is character. Okay. We can use a for loop to check the string. Okay. So let's see the examine character. In the examine character, we have the major name, which is CSE. And then I have the length. It is to know how many characters do we have here. So here we have 3 characters, then it will go from 0 until 3. But this is the index like array. So I will just use 0, 1, and 2. If you run this, you will get the index 0, which is C, index 1, which is S, and index 2, which is E, based on this loop. Okay. Okay, there is one text processing question. Okay. So we are going to check what is the result of the tally votes. Okay. And this is the string. So we have a string parameter and prints the number whether the person choose McCain or the person choose Obama or independent. Okay. So M is for McCain, O is for Obama, I is for independent. Let's say I have string for text. So this is a string M. So it is 1 voter for McCain. O. So it is 1 voter for Obama. Another O. So I have the 2 voters for Obama. Another O. So I have 3 voters for Obama. And so on. So based on this string, can I know how many M and how many O and how many I? So here you need to write a method tally votes. And this tally votes will accept a string parameter. So vote text is a string. And if I run this method, the result will be like this one. 16M, 14O, and 3I. Okay, then how can we make this? So I give you this solution. Okay, let's see this one first. We have a method public static void televotes, and the parameter is a string. And we have an array, and the array size is 3 because we have only M, O, and I. And we were doing the loop until the length of the vote is the string. And if the character at that position, so I is the position, if the character is M, let's do the tallies in the position index 0 plus plus. If it is O, then let's make the tallies index 1 plus plus. If it is not M, if it is not O, we assume that the result is I. So I will be in the tallies index 2 plus plus. Then the result will be printed. So the printed result will be in the arrays to string tallies. So you can see the text processing. So we have the full text like this one. And then I make a new method, tallyvotes, and the parameter is string. This is the method, public static void, and the method name and a string. And then we have the statement. The first statement is to create the array. We have 3 size. And then we have the if function for every of the character. And at the end, we want to print the array. Oops, 15. Okay, maybe there are 15 M. Okay. So if you want to calculate one by one, of course, yeah, you can, but you can put in the Java code and let the Java calculate for you. Okay. Okay, I think that's all for the array section. So you learn about the array numbers, array for tallying, and array for text processing. And I guess it is the end of these materials, and your mid-exam will be until this part. Okay. So let me explain one more time about the mid-exam. So your mid-exam will be on Tuesday next week. Okay, and then yeah, the exam will be about 90 minutes. Okay. And there will be 2 types. The first will be online. So when you are doing the online, it means you are using the e-class for the first time. Okay. So this online, or I can say this is the theory. Okay. The theory exam will be without Java. So you don't need to use Eclipse, you don't need to use Guram, just access the e-class. And it will be for 30 minutes. You can answer with multiple choice or the short answers or true or false. Yeah. And it is closed. So you cannot open the book. That's why I need to know your activities. So please open your camera 1 and camera 2 if you are doing online. But if you are in this room with 203, then you can just prepare one camera in front. After you finish 30 minutes, you will do the online with Guru. Okay. It is 60 minutes. You can use Guru to write the code in Java. Let's say you want to use the Eclipse. Yeah, that's also fine. After you use Eclipse, you want to put it into the Gurum. That's also fine. Okay. You can open any materials. You can bring your PowerPoint. You can bring your book if you have book, but no Googling, no internet. You cannot search the problems on the internet. Just do by yourself, and yeah, you can just prepare your book or the PowerPoint that can help you to solve the problem. Okay. So let's say if you finish the first theory exam, okay, so if you finish the theory exam in 20 minutes, then yeah, you can do the Gurum for 70 minutes. So it can be longer. So you can have more time to do Gurum if you feel the Java code is difficult for you. Okay. Okay. Any questions? So strange. I cannot access my WebEx here. Uh, okay. Before we finish our class, I can. Okay.